Welcome back to another informational seminar on the history of the Gnomes. In our previous installment, we explored the origins of the Mechagnomes, the fall of their ingenious creator, and the noble sacrifice made by Keeper Tyr to ensure the survival of the Titanforged. As the smoke settled and the battlefield fell quiet, Keeper Arcadis and his allies returned to the site to find the remains of Tyr and the minions sent by Loken. In honor of his sacrifice, Keeper Arcadis and Ionia built an enormous tomb to enshrine the fallen Keeper's body within, and placed his great silver hand atop it. Moved by his sacrifice, the metal-skinned Vrykul who had taken up Tyr's teachings vowed to stand guard over the battle site and remain behind. With a heavy heart, Ionia directed the Titanforge south, leaving the Vrykul behind in the region she named Tyr's Fall, which in the Vrykul language translated to Tyr's Fall. As the Titanforge traveled south, both Arcadis and Ionia knew it would only be a matter of time until Loken sent more of his minions after them. In order to safeguard both the Titanforge refugees and the Discs of Norganon, the party took shelter within the Vault of Uldaman, a small Titan vault that had been designated as a stasis facility for the first generation of Trogs. Both Ionia and Arcadis expanded the vault into a massive facility, carving out new chambers, grand hallways, and subterranean passages to host the discs and the influx of fleeing Titanforged. As time went on, much of the Titanforge within Uldaman began to exhibit signs of the curse of flesh, a malignant malady that had originated at the tendrils of Yogg-Saron. Fearing the unknown, many of the Earthen were placed into stasis to prolong the curse, while others remained awake alongside our ancestors, the Mechagnomes. Those who remained continued to operate and maintain the machinery of Uldaman, while Arcadis and Ionia withdrew into the lower vaults as they attempted to search for a cure for the curse of flesh. When the Sundering shook the world, the remaining Earthen tunneled deep into the vaults to join their sleeping brethren, leaving behind only the Mechagnomes. Alas, as brilliant as our predecessors were, not even they could stave off the curse. Slowly, the curse of flesh turned the Mechagnomes into fleshy, mortal creatures of blood and bone, becoming who we are now, the Gnomes. While the curse ultimately didn't affect our mind and our grand intellect, it did leave our earliest ancestors addled and without their Titanforge purpose. And so, 3,000 years before the Dark Portal opened, the Gnomes abandoned the halls of Uldaman and escaped into the snowy mountainscape, where their journey was only just beginning.
Thank you for watching episode 3 on our History of the Gnomes series. At the Lost Codex we have a special passion for Gnomish history, so it's an absolute joy to share their tale with you. Please look forward to more lore videos and subscribe to the Lost Codex on YouTube or follow us on Twitch and Twitter. Big thanks again to the ever-generous Keyboardturner, whose handmade assets have made our Mechagnomes and Earthen look so unique compared to the often, questionable models we see in-game. I'd also like to thank the rest of the Lost Codex team. It's always a blast working together and I'm looking forward to making many more videos with you. Lastly, we'd like to thank our patrons over at Patreon. Your support is what allows us to keep the channel going, and we appreciate your patience and dedication more than you know. If you also want to get access to unique, behind-the-scenes content, previews of our projects, and a peek into the inner workings of each new episode, please head on over to our Patreon, link down below. Let us know what you thought of this episode. Thank you so much for watching, and we hope to see you at the next one.